Hey everybody, Genevieve here to talk about our upcoming new moon in the sign of Leo. And this is occurring on August 4th, early in the morning around 7:11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And here on the East Coast. So we're going to talk about that upcoming energy. I just do want to say, leading up to this new moon, we're already starting to see some things wrapping up in personal lives, things being exposed. And one of the most significant, I think I just heard about earlier this afternoon, some really good news that there's been a prisoner release from Russia. So we are finally getting our Marine back and our reporter back, and so we're very grateful for that. It's been a long time and it's been a long wait for their families, and I'm very, very happy for them and relieved for all of us. So thank you. We always have to count our blessings, especially when it seems as though they're never going to happen, right? And even if it doesn't affect us personally, it really does affect all of us who have been paying attention and who care about things like that. So, also here locally, there have been some things that have recently wrapped up and settlements made, and I'm very, very happy for the outcome and for those families as well. Again, a long wait, a long time coming, and justice finally being served and a wrong being corrected. So again, very happy for you all, very grateful. These are things I don't normally talk about on my videos, or I might allude to them because they don't really affect me personally, but nonetheless always paying attention to these things, right, local and globally. So there's that. And our Olympics have been going on. Go USA. And of course the Olympians worldwide who have won medals. Congratulations. You did earn them, and you deserve them. And your home countries, I'm sure, are very proud of you. Great competition so far. But yeah, we're here in America, and I'm definitely a fan of my country first. So as is everybody, I think. Yeah, that's kind of how it should be. So moving on to our chart this year, or this for this Leo new moon. So we are looking at the sun, moon in Leo. That is what a new moon is. Again, and this is going to be early Sunday morning on August 4th, which would have been my mother's birthday. If I think back, she would be 70, she would be 70 this year. So again, it's just been a couple years since her passing, so there's still some memories, some grief, some just, it's getting better. It gets better. It does, but it's still a thing, right? It probably always will be a thing. So okay, sorry. I know I do this a lot, but it's been a very stressful couple of weeks, months, but I think you were working through it. Mercury is in Virgo right now, which is Mercury co-rules Virgo with Gemini. Mars and Jupiter right now are in Gemini. Saturn is in Pisces, Uranus is in Taurus, Neptune is also in Pisces. Neptune is also in Pisces. Pluto is in Aquarius, and Lilith is in Libra. Chiron is in Aries. And I like to just mention that I'm going to share the chart with you again so you can see where the placements are. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the aspects. Of course, Leo is our fire sign. It is the Leo the lion, right? So it's the king, queen of the jungle. That is the symbolism. Leo is kind of the fixed fire sign. So this is the top of the fire signs. Don't argue. Don't tell them any different because you actually are incorrect. So if you're a Sagittarius or if you're an Aries, you're a fire sign. But it ain't about you. It's about Leo. It's always about Leo. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about some of the elements that some of the other placements are in. Honestly, though, looking at this chart, the strongest aspect is the aspect with Neptune and Pluto. So Neptune is in Pisces and Pluto is in Aquarius. And that's the strongest positive aspect in this chart. So we are going to see there's also 0 planets in Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Cancer. So you'll be affected by the energy, but since there are no planets or aspects to you or your placements in this new moon, it's really not going to affect you as much. You're just going to be affected by kind of everything, the drama of the Leo energy that's going on all around you, okay? There's also, what else did I want to touch on before we get into the aspects here? Yeah, so again, no real aspects to Lilith and Chiron either, but we'll just touch on them a little bit just to tell you about what it means when they're in the certain signs that they're in. All right. So I'm going to share 2 charts with you again today. The one that just kind of is the overall impact of your sun sign, just kind of the energy, and then the more detailed chart. And my source for these chart is AstroSeek. But you see that on my page if you actually follow my page and look at what it is the work that I do. All right, so let's get started here. So with we've got the Sun, Mars, and Jupiter and the Moon. They're all in kind of good aspects here. So there is assertiveness, competitiveness, confidence, optimism, travel, study, problem solving. All of that is going on with these placements here. So the Moon is sextile with Jupiter. Moon and Sun are sextile with Jupiter. Moon sextile Jupiter, your possibility of winning legal disputes. There's idealism and generosity, all right, which is really awesome. The Sun sextile Jupiter, there's assertiveness, competitiveness, confidence, also optimism, travel, study, and problem solving, right? All really, really good things. So we have a conjunction with Mercury and Venus. Again, Venus is in Leo, Mercury is in Virgo. So this is going to give a kind of a well-balanced feeling to this new moon. Rational thinking, very convincing if you need to, communicate things effectively, because again, we have Mercury in Virgo, which is also rules Virgo. Now, however, Mercury is square Mars. So this can bring a little bit of impatience, a little bit of arrogance, argumentativeness, but there's also a lot of leadership qualities, and leaders are going to step forward, people who like to reform, to make change, positive change, to step forward, charismatic people. But because of that, that's where in lies the little bit of impatience and arrogance, because this is the time, like we know what we're doing, we want to get this done, so that's where the arrogance comes in, and it's like, you aren't working fast enough with our Leo energy. Come on, fire energy, come on, let's get it going. So with Mercury and Virgo, it does make people are going to be like the practicality, precise thinking, evidence-based. Like, we need evidence. Virgo, Mercury needs evidence. These people are experts in the field, so watch for more experts in their field stepping forward. Scientific facts. This is what we're dealing with right now. Finally, we're getting somewhere with all of this, right? So then we're looking at Venus in Leo. So Venus in Leo, I mean, Venus is sign of love, beauty, and so there's a lot of romance in the air during this. There is creativity, creative expression, flirtatiousness. However, Venus in Leo definitely is not practical, and this can bring a lot of people coming at you if they're being over the top, romantic, flirtatious. Watch out, Leo, this is you. It's not really practical. It feels like an act, so beware of that. You might feel like you're being love bombed a little bit. It feels like an act. It is an act. This energy can bring a lot of like flirtatious energy, but these people also are over the top flirtatious to where they feel no issues with cheating. However, if they catch you doing the same thing, then there's fire and brimstone. So be careful of people like that. Okay, or even if you're not, but they suspect the attention is taking away from these drama kings and queens, that is cheating in their mind. Okay, so we do have a Venus square Uranus, so there is kind of complicated relationship dynamics taking place for some people. There's a feeling of a loss of freedom, feelings of romance and love and kind of anger, and all of these things are fluctuating right now. So this does bring in unconventional and eccentricity in artistry, but it also can bring instability in finances, and a very adventurous kind of attitude and adventurous qualities, but that can also lead to a very unstable love life. All right, so again, watch out for that. These are things that are potentials here. It's going to affect some people more than others, but just watch out for these energies. Now, with Mars in Gemini, this leads to a very fast-paced energy. Wanting, again, Mars is action, and in Gemini, lots of project, lots of irons in the fire, everything up in the air. But the energy is a little bit fragmented because Mars in Gemini likes to avoid confrontation. So if there's any competition and if there's any kind of obstacle, Mars in Gemini does not really, or at least Gemini does not want it, and will just quickly divert to a new project, new interest. So that leads to abrupt changes in direction and goals. Also, watch out for, again, this will lead to some hot tempers and verbal outbursts and things like that. That is fiery Mars, like communicating, rapid fire, anger, like quickly, we want to get this done, or why is this changing, or this, that, and the other. So watch out for that. Hot tempers, watch out for that. Watch out for people who seem to easily acquire people into their circle, but then they don't know what to do with it, and so they drop it and pivot and move on to the next. They are not very steadfast people. Watch out for those type of people. Jupiter and Gemini, this is going to bring easily distracted. All of us, I can be, but this is kind of my opposite energy, but this is going to be definitely playing into, again, Aquarius, Leo, and all the other signs that I mentioned. So, easily distracted by amusements, right? So your focus is pulled away on what truly matters. So you want to make sure you caution yourself against that. Stay practical. Loves to collect info and meet many people. Finding opportunities in travel, employment, and services. There's talent for writing, success in medicine, studying overseas, right? So all of these things are possibilities as well. Just, again, don't lose your focus. If that is what you want to do, stick at it. Stay grounded in it, right? It's kind of hard to do in fiery Leo season. we have a Jupiter square Saturn in Pisces. So there's a lot of, again, a little bit of indecisiveness because there's contradictory options available. So you have to kind of choose between maybe altering your course a little bit, changing some patterns, some things that you're doing, or take a risk and just go after new possibilities, right? And again, it's sometimes difficult with this this Piscean Saturn Piscean energy, what's going on right here. So our Saturn in Pisces, again, we need to find a balance, finding a balance between our own needs and taking care of others. Pisces has a very difficult time with that sometimes, and there is sometimes it's one or the other, and they really don't want to do that. Once we find that balance in ourselves of taking care of our own needs and taking care of others, we can all tap into some ancient wisdom that is a Piscean theme in its own sign of Neptune right now. Idealism, philosophy, scientific research, but there also is a bit of a seclusiveness and a loneliness attached to that. So watch out for going too far inward in your studies, in your idealism and all of that. And with Uranus in Taurus, Uranus is square Venus. So again, with Venus being in Virgo and Uranus being in Taurus right now, there is going to be a little bit of conflict between all of that going on. We have got Neptune in Gemini, which there's a sextile with that. So this is going to cause kind of a weakness a little bit, and it looks like you need help, and then kind of being flighty a little bit, working towards your goals. Watch out for that. Pluto is trine Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius, and it's trine Uranus, so there is a duty, and this is the energy that I'm talking about, a duty to you're going to feel a duty to make changes, big changes in your life and your surroundings. Very strong personalities attached with this, and genius ideas, like globally. So the energy is good for this as well. So you really want to figure out where it is that you can do that and do it. Take your steps and goals towards it. Neptune is in Pisces again in its own sign. So this brings an idealism, very religious faith, very charitable. And it is again that sextile with Aquarius. So this again is that strong aspect I was talking about. And I know this video is going on 20 minutes. I usually try to keep them shorter than this, but I'm really trying to touch on everything that I think is important, and minor details definitely are important. Saturn. So what is important here? That Pluto in Aquarius, trine Neptune in Pisces, working together for the long-lasting peace, changing attitudes and global transformative actions on positive scale. We're getting there, Pisces and Aquarius. We are getting there, and this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. So again, just briefly touch on Lilith and Chiron. Lilith is in Libra. Again, and there are no aspects to Lilith or Chiron right now, but Lilith in Libra does tend to bring some unfulfilled aspirations. They make excellent counselors. They're very good listeners, but they can sometimes become fanatical in some of their beliefs or dogmatic. So just watch out for that. Chiron is in Aries, so this unfortunately brings some unsuccessfulness because not being proactive enough in reaching their goals, in reaching your goals. So there's a lot of exaggerated effort coming from some people, but with little results because they're just not really proactive enough, right? So watch out for that. Again, sorry it went a little bit long. Just wanted to touch on everything that's going on. But again, yes, Leo season, fire season. This is it. This is, for me, for most waters, or for most air signs, and for Leos and most fire signs. This is our season. This is the height of the summer. This is time for fun for a lot of people. And it's time for us, especially us Aquarius and Pisces and Leos and, you know, some of those stronger ones that I have mentioned that we've been kind of going through it, struggling a little bit lately. This is our time to shine. This is our time to let our hair down. This is our time for our goals to finally come about. So let's do this, guys, all right? Till next time, blessed be, namaste, all that good stuff. Bye.